because he would always message me ever since we broke up, like, oh, I'm not well. He would always play with death and be like, well, I'm gonna die.
We're hearing reports that a former member of One Direction, Liam Payne, has died after falling from the third floor of a hotel in Buenos Aires.
Liam Payne's sudden death shocked everyone, but one person who is not surprised at all is Rachel Zeglar. She recently claimed that she knows what happened to Liam Payne and went on to say this was no coincidence. It was not just a random event. So what does Rachel Zeglar really know? Was Liam's sudden death never truly an accident? The most heartbreaking death. Liam Payne's death has been one of the most shocking and heartbreaking losses in recent memory. It is the kind of news you never want to hear. Liam Payne is gone. Just like that. According to what we are allegedly being told, Liam tragically passed away in what appears to be a mysterious accident in Buenos Aires, Argentina. He was found at his hotel after an apparent fall from the balcony, suffering severe trauma. Details have still not been revealed, but from what we have gathered, he was alone at the time, and authorities have been piecing together what exactly led to this tragic incident. The official word claims that Liam had fallen and sustained fatal injuries, leading to his untimely death. But some sources suggest that this is not the whole story. Some mysterious links point to the fact that this might not have been just an unfortunate fall. We are now hearing rumors about what could have actually happened. One theory being whispered about is drugs. Some speculate that Liam might have overdosed, and the fall was just a cover-up. There have been rumors about Liam having struggled with substance abuse in the past, and for some people, that seems to be an easy explanation. But really? Is that what went down? Others point the finger in a much darker direction. There is talk that it might not have been an accident at all. Some say he may have taken his own life, but there is little to no evidence backing that up. It feels like a reach, right? But hold on, because there are people out there who think that this was a planned murder. That's right. Some people genuinely believe Liam was murdered due to foul play and that someone might have wanted Liam out of the picture. And who? Well, the theories there get even wilder. But now the most surprising thing has happened. Rachel Zeglar recently dropped a bombshell claim. She says she knows exactly what happened to Liam Payne. Let that sink in for a second. While the rest of the world is left scratching their heads, Rachel says she knows what happened that day in that particular hotel in Argentina. But what exactly does she know? Here is the thing. Even though she has not revealed the full story yet, something is off. Rachel seems almost hesitant, as if she is scared to say too much. Could it be that she is still piecing together the information? Or is she afraid of someone who does not want the truth to get out? It definitely feels like there is more to this than meets the eye, and Rachel is not spilling all the details. At least not yet. There is also a lot of speculation about Liam's relationship at the time of his death. He and his girlfriend reportedly had a major fight just before he passed. And you know what people are saying, right? That this fight could have something to do with his death. What did they argue about? Could this have been a trigger for whatever happened that day? Proof against Kate Cassidy. You see, there is one person whose actions right before his death are raising eyebrows, and that's none other than his girlfriend, Kate Cassidy. Now, you might be thinking, what does she have to do with this? Well, let's just say that her timing could not be more suspicious. Kate Cassidy was with Liam Payne during what was supposed to be a vacation to South America, a trip that went from a few days to a couple of weeks. They were together, things seemed fine, or at least that's what it looked like on the surface. But right before Liam's death, Kate suddenly up and left, flying back to Miami without any real explanation. And then just days later, Liam was found dead. Was it a coincidence? Maybe. Maybe not. Kate's sudden departure is where things start to get fishy. If everything was going well, why would she leave Liam behind? And not just leave, but do so in a way that seemed rushed, like she could not wait to get out of there. It was not a planned exit. She claimed she needed to go back home because she was tired of traveling. Doesn't this excuse sound too lame to you? Why are you tired of traveling when you are in South America with your supposedly loving boyfriend? That just does not add up. You don't just leave someone behind in the middle of a vacation unless there is something big happening. Maybe they had a fight. Maybe something happened between them that pushed her to take off. Whatever the reason, her timing could not be worse. Leaving just before Liam's tragic accident is enough to make anyone wonder, what was really going on between them? And that's where the real questions start. We are being told that Liam's death was the result of a fall, but the details are so vague, it almost feels like they are leaving things out on purpose. Sure, accidents happen, but do they really happen just days after a mysterious breakup or argument? This is not just another random, tragic event. There is something more to this. Now let's be real here. Kate Cassidy has not exactly been open about what went down in those final days. Her explanation for leaving is flimsy at best, and it almost feels like she is trying to distance herself from the whole situation. And why would she do that if there is nothing to hide? You don't just run away from a vacation with your partner and then pretend like everything's normal. The truth is, Kate's sudden departure raises all kinds of red flags. Then there is the Instagram post. After Liam's death, Kate posted this long emotional tribute to him, calling him her angel and saying how devastated she was. But if she was so heartbroken, why did she leave him in the first place? Why was she so quick to get out of Argentina? You can't help but feel like her public display of grief is more for show than anything else. It is almost as if she's trying to convince everyone that she is innocent, that she had nothing to do with what happened. But actions speak louder than words, and her actions before Liam's death are screaming for attention. Let's not forget that Kate was with Liam during some of his most difficult moments. We know that Liam had struggled with personal issues in the past, whether it was mental health, the pressures of fame, or his battles with substance abuse. And who was right there with him? Kate. She saw him at his lowest points, and she knew exactly what he was going through. So if something went wrong in those final days, Kate would have known. She was in the perfect position to either help him or let things spiral out of control. Now, people have already started to speculate that Liam's death might not have been an accident at all. There are rumors about foul play, that maybe someone had a hand in what happened. Could Kate have been involved? Or at the very least, did she know something that she's not sharing? Her behavior certainly makes it seem like she is hiding something. Maybe she didn't physically hurt him, but her leaving right before his death makes it hard to believe she is completely innocent in all this. Now let's talk about the fight rumors. You can clearly see Liam is annoyed by Kate here. And then there are reports that Liam and Kate had an argument just before she left Argentina. That would explain her sudden exit, right? But what did they fight about? Was it something so serious that Kate felt like she had to get as far away from him as possible? If they did argue, it is not hard to imagine that tensions were running high, and that kind of stress can push people to do desperate things. Think about it. If they were fighting and Liam was already dealing with his own personal struggles, it could have been the reason for this tragic incident. Maybe the argument triggered something in Liam. Maybe it pushed him over the edge. Or maybe it was something else entirely, something darker that Kate does not want to talk about. Either way, her sudden departure leaves too many unanswered questions. Now, it is not just Kate who has been sucked into this chaos. Liam's ex-fiancée has come forward with some shocking claims of her own, but this time, she chose to blame Liam. So what did she reveal? The toxic relationship. You see, Maya and Liam's relationship started in 2019, and by August 2020, they were engaged. From the outside, it looked like a fairy tale. Liam, the famous singer, and Maya, the gorgeous model. They were the perfect celebrity couple, sharing happy moments on social media and walking the red carpet like they had it all figured out. But of course, we know by now that what you see on social media is hardly the full picture. Beneath the glamorous photos and public smiles, their relationship was crumbling, and apparently the reason was Liam himself. The first signs of trouble became public in 2021 when we heard the rumors that their relationship was not as solid as it seemed. Liam, in his own words, admitted that the pressures of fame and being in the spotlight were taking a toll on him. He acknowledged that the relationship had its ups and downs, which eventually led to a temporary breakup in June of that year. But what the public didn't know were the details of what was really going on behind closed doors until Maya decided to speak up.
And because he would always message me ever since we broke up, like, oh, I'm not well. He would always play with death and be like, well, I'm gonna die. I'm not doing well.
Now, Maya has revealed that Liam was not just dealing with the pressures of fame. He was using those struggles to manipulate her. In a recent podcast, Maya claimed that after their breakup, Liam would send her disturbing texts. He would even say that he was going to die just to get her attention. Maya said that his messages were clearly designed to pull at her heartstrings and make her feel responsible for his well-being. And this was not just a one-time thing, it was a repeated pattern, a constant cycle of manipulation where he used emotional threats to control her. Can we just take a moment to acknowledge how messed up that is? It looks like Liam was weaponizing his mental health struggles to keep Maya tethered to him. This is textbook emotional manipulation, and it is terrifyingly common in toxic relationships. By sending these kinds of messages, Liam placed the burden of his mental state squarely on Maya's shoulders, making her feel like she could not walk away without risking something terrible happening to him. This was not love, it was control, pure and simple. What's even more disturbing is that Liam didn't just target Maya with these emotional threats. Maya revealed that he would also reach out to her mother, pulling her family into the drama. Liam would send messages to her mom, pleading for Maya to get back in touch with him, making it seem like his well-being was entirely in her hands. Now that's where he crossed the line. Involving her family in his emotional manipulation took things to a whole new level. Apparently, he was creating an entire web of guilt and responsibility around her. Maya's revelations paint a picture of a man who, despite his public persona, was deeply troubled and willing to drag those closest to him into his emotional turmoil. And while Maya tried to offer him support, like she suggested rehab, trying to be there for him, but then it became clear that Liam was not interested in getting better. He was interested in keeping Maya close, using whatever means necessary to prevent her from moving on with her life. Maya also hinted that Liam's manipulative behavior continued even after their breakup, extending into her professional life. Maya said that when she was about to release her book, which was a big moment in her life, Liam's friends started reaching out, telling her that it was not a good time for him. They made it sound like if she went ahead with her plans, something bad might happen to Liam, and the blame would fall squarely on her. That's emotional blackmail, plain and simple. This cycle of manipulation had real, long-lasting consequences on Maya's mental health. Even after she had made the decision to walk away, she could not escape the weight of Liam's words and actions. The guilt, the fear, the constant anxiety that if something happened to him, it would somehow be her fault. These are the scars left behind by a toxic relationship, and they don't just disappear overnight. And let's not forget, just days before Liam's tragic death, Maya took to TikTok to defend herself against online trolls who were accusing her of being obsessed with Liam. In the video, Maya made it clear that her brief response was in reaction to something Liam had already made public. She called out the double standard, pointing out that while Liam could air their personal issues on a podcast, she was immediately labeled as obsessed the moment she tried to defend herself. It was a rare glimpse into how much control Liam still had over the public narrative, even after their relationship had ended. Now that we have looked back at Liam's relationships with both Maya and later Kate, we know one thing for sure, that this was a man who struggled not just with fame, but with his own inner demons. And while it is tragic to lose someone so young, we cannot ignore the emotional damage left in the wake of his toxic relationships. But then recently we got to know about another big secret of his life, something that he never shared with anyone: Liam Payne's biggest secret. Apparently, Liam Payne had a side that he kept hidden from the world, a side that was slowly tearing him apart. Behind the fame, the glitzy appearances, and the carefully curated social media posts, Liam was suffering from something far more serious than what most fans realized. This was not a rough patch or a celebrity burnout. No, he was battling depression. In the final days leading up to his tragic death, Liam posted a video online. It was supposed to be a simple, happy moment. Liam with his girlfriend Kate Cassidy, staying in a luxurious hotel in Argentina, seemingly enjoying their time together. But there was something off about the entire scene.
Here's a little video of me. It's rude to put hats on the table.
Sorry.
Is this your hat?
Yeah.
Children. It's a lovely day here in Argentina. This is the breakfast table.
The Liam Payne that fans knew, the one who always had a smile, who radiated energy, was gone. Instead, we saw someone who looked numb, distant, and completely disconnected. The fans noticed this in this video when Kate tried to make a joke about them being lazy for sleeping in too late. Liam didn't even react. No smile, no laughter, nothing. He just sat there, detached. This was not the vibrant, playful Liam Payne that the public had come to love. This was someone struggling with something he did not want to talk about. Naturally, fans were quick to pick up on this. A new rumor started that Liam was going through a deep depression. Even Dr. Jeanette Nashaiwat, who is a medical expert in New York City, weighed in on the situation and pointed out that Liam's appearance and behavior in his recent posts were clear indicators that something was not right. She noted that Liam looked frail, had lost weight, and seemed sleep-deprived, all while on what was supposed to be a relaxing vacation. If a vacation couldn't bring him peace, what could? But depression was not the only thing weighing on Liam. He had his share of legal troubles as well. According to insiders, Liam's ex, Cheryl, who he shares a son with, had talked about how overwhelming things became for Liam after their separation. Between legal battles, career pressures, and the responsibility of being a father, Liam's life was anything but easy. Cheryl mentioned that there were times when Liam's behavior became erratic, and it was obvious that he was struggling to cope with everything that was happening around him. It is no secret that legal issues can push someone to the brink. For a public figure like Liam, dealing with these troubles under the scrutiny of the media made everything worse. If you are also under the pressure of maintaining a career in the spotlight while juggling personal struggles, it can feel like an impossible weight to carry. It is no wonder that, in his final days, Liam looked completely drained, mentally and emotionally. So what really killed Liam Payne? Was it the relentless pressures of fame, his personal and legal battles, the depression that had been eating away at him for years? Or maybe it was a little bit of everything. All we know is that the Liam Payne we once knew was gone long before his tragic death, and the signs were there, if only we had paid closer attention. What do you think really happened? Share your opinions with us in the comments below. Before you go, make sure to subscribe to our channel for more shocking updates. There is so much more that you don't know yet.